Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here with Usama. Welcome back to Bits. With the recent changes in VMware licensing, many organizations are stuck in sort of a license limbo, holding a perpetual license for an older version that they can't patch or upgrade. Usama, if the software is frozen in time, how do we stop it from becoming a sitting duck?
Hello, Sam. Hello, everyone. You're right. If you are unable to update your hypervisor, you're going to be susceptible to cyber attacks. And for today's episode, we're going to go over some of the steps that you can do in order to minimize that risk.
Let's start with step 1, killing the high-risk services. We can't update the code, so I assume that we should start by turning off the parts that we're not using.
Exactly. We're going to start off by disabling the OpenSLP, which is used for discovery, service discovery, followed by the managed object browser. Both of those services were attacked continuously for 2024 and 2025.
For more detailed instructions, please refer to the video description. Step 2, we're moving towards the sentry at the network gate. So what about the network?
Well, that's a big item. What I would suggest is, one, prevent these servers from accessing the internet in case a ransomware or a hacker is able to get to them and want to establish command and control. Restrict the management interface to be only accessed by a couple of machines as opposed to your entire network or your entire data center. And definitely disable SSH unless you need it.
Step 3, stopping the VM escape. We've seen vulnerabilities where an attacker gets into a virtual machine and then breaks out to take over the whole host. How can we prevent this?
For those instances, the best thing to do is to remove unused hardware on the VMs themselves, such as USB, CD-ROM, or serial port. USB especially, because most attackers attack that hardware in order to escape from the VM to the hypervisor.
Moving on to step 4, air-gapping your identity. You've also recommended a big change for how we log in, specifically regarding Active Directory.
Correct. If your environment or your hypervisor is currently connected to Active Directory, you have to sever that connection in order to continue protecting your outdated hypervisors. And the best way to do that is to establish local accounts with minimal rights in your environment, then sever the Active Directory connection. And please be careful around all of this work. It could have a negative impact on your environment, especially if you decide to change the administrator password. So be careful and make sure to check your work before you make those changes.
Yes, tread lightly. So one final step, alerting on the new normal. Finally, once we've restricted access and services, how will we know if somebody is trying to get back in?
Well, that's a big deal. Since you've already recognized that your environment is at high risk, monitoring and alerting is a must. Whatever you have to do, make sure that you set up alerts and you set up monitors to make sure that if a nefarious activity happens, that you're able to find out and you're able to remediate very quickly. Good luck.
Thanks, Usama. That's a solid roadmap. And thanks to our listeners. We'll see you next time on Bits.